Hi, my friends. It's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, a big welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here for another episode. And we're going to dive right into it. I cannot believe, I'm just going to start off with this. I cannot believe that it is almost mid-October. It is October 11th that I'm recording this. And I am wearing a strapless dress because it's like 78 degrees Fahrenheit here in Michigan. Can we just take that in for a second? Now, it shouldn't surprise me because this morning it was like in the 40s, so it was nice and cold in the morning, but by the time the afternoon hikes up, it's just so crazy. But our trees are fully changing. They are about, I'd say, half there, not all of them, but quite a few of them are about, I'd say, 50% color change at the moment. I'm drinking some peppermint tea, so I hope you have something cozy or cool to sip on. But yeah, I can't get over it. So we'll start off with that for a hot second, just so that we can all kind of just take that in. I don't know how the weather is where you're at, if it's unseasonably warm or cool, but that's where we're at. So you're not like, I'm not in the tropics somewhere recording. It's just really warm here today. So here we are, and I'm here for it. It's fine. It's okay. It's a little bizarre. That whole temperature shift from really cold to this warm every day is really hard for me. I don't know if you're someone like that, but I get headaches when the temperatures kind of do that crazy fluctuation. So I'm looking forward to it being a more subtle fluctuation. So like if it's in the 30s in nighttime, which it's going to be here this week, um, which actually was this past week even. If it's in the 30s at night, I would prefer it's like in the 60s during the day. If it could at least do that, even the 50s, I'm okay with the 50s. It's October, everybody. Like, the 50s is okay at this point. Okay, into things. So, shop update. I don't have anything new for the shop other than I want to make sure that if you do want to be made aware of new colorways coming to the shop, definitely make sure you are subscribed to the newsletter. And you can do that by going to the website, multifariousnature.com, and it should have a pop up that asks if you want to be a newsletter subscriber. You can do it there. Otherwise, if you have a pop up blocker or something, just contact me. Let me know you want to be added. I'm happy to add you. And that way you'll find out about any sales. If I have any coupon codes, I always share that with you guys through the newsletter. And then, of course, the new colorways. And so I am going to be working on, and I currently am working on some fun colorways for the winter like holiday season. So that's really exciting. That's coming up here soon and like right around the corner. Gosh, I cannot believe it. November is right around the corner. Goodness. It's crazy. So talk a little, just a touch about some Advent things at the end here. But we're going to get right into the whips, shall we? So the works in progress. I have been working on a couple different projects this week. You guys will be proud of me. Not that you're not proud of me for doing one project, but I worked on a couple. So I did some variety, which is really good. That was really good. So the first one I worked on quite a bit was my Straya cardigan. And of course I'm mid-row, but I think I can turn it so that you guys can see it here and hopefully not drop my stitches. I should put my needle stoppers on here, but alas, I didn't. So I split for the arms, you guys. So I've actually started knitting down under the arm split here, and so now I'm still knitting back and forth. Straya is done back and forth, and it's a cardigan. Super cute. It's by Andrew Mowry. So here you can see how things like it looks different on the wrong side, right? But when you're on the right side, other than it looks a little different right here, it's actually, the patterning really does follow. It's just that because there's increases done throughout this area, it kind of, it just changes it a bit. It's a half fisherman's rib. It has like the raglan, oops, getting blasted out. Sorry about that. There we go. It's getting a little blasted. We've got the raglan here, and now because I split for the sleeves, we don't have the raglan anymore, and now we're just going back and forth, um, doing the right side and wrong side. So it's really easy. If you've never done half fisherman's rib, I do highly suggest this pattern. I think it would be a challenge if you're just learning, but I think it's a good challenge, and I don't know. I have a lot of fun. I don't mind purling. There is not purling on the other, like, I don't know how to explain this very well. Because the patterning, there's areas where you won't be purling as much. But you definitely purl. I can't give too much away. This is a paper pattern. But I mean, there is some purling. If you don't like purling, I'm sorry, but come on, guys. We knit, we purl, right? It's totally fine. I highly suggest trying out, I don't know if it's called Eastern style knitting. I do, or combination. It's called combination knitting. That's one of the terms. Combination knitting. And that's how I knit. I knit combination. So when I purl my stitches, I actually twist the stitch. So when I go back, I have to knit through the back loop. It sounds really confusing, and I totally understand. But if you look up combination knitting, it changed my world. Now I knit continental style, so that's part of why it's helpful for me. But if you don't knit continental, then ignore this. But if you do knit continental and you kind of dislike doing ribbing and things like that because you don't like switching between purling and knitting, I highly recommend checking out combination knitting. Yeah, enjoying it. I'm using old mill yarn. It is 100% merino. It is like almost a lace, very, very, very light fingering weight. And so I'm actually holding it double to get the gauge. But it puffs right up. I've used this type of wool in my, what is that? I remember the name of it. It's another one by Andrea Mowry, and the birch pullover. And I love it. Absolutely love it. So I would definitely keep using it. I'm a big fan. Okay, so the next one I've been working on is my framed sweater. Again, by Andrea Mowry. This is her Rhinebeck sweater for this year. I have split. So there's a spot where you split and it goes, you do the front and back separate. Now this is gonna be interesting because I'm using a couple different yarns here. This is my Cherry Hill colorway, which is a revamp of my Scarlet colorway. And it was one of my fall colors from the pre-order collection. So I hope you guys nabbed it if you wanted it. So pretty. Oh, I just love it. This is such a beautiful red. And then I have my Handspun, which is I guess you'd call it the main color, is the Handspun, which is a CVM fleece. Super fluffy and beautiful. And then the rest of the colorways, or colorways, there's multiples. That is Stonehedge Fiber Mill. So it's their crazy yarn. And the interesting part though is because we're not going in the round anymore, I split for the sleeves, or you do the front and then do the back. The color work will not actually match in circular. Yeah, it's one of those things. I kind of realized that could happen, but didn't think that through. So it'll be interesting that this will be one pattern and then on the back it will be another. I love this color though. It looks like beautiful, because this section is like multiple different colors. It reminds me of scrap quilts. Like the quilts where you use like all kinds of scrap pieces, so nothing looks totally symmetrical or anything like that. So I guess that's the way I'm looking at this sweater. Like the back portion of the upper part is not going to match the front, and that's okay. It'll be kind of like a rag quilt. It's called a rag quilt, scrappy quilt. I don't know if that's correct. If you guys are quilt makers, please correct me. I am totally okay with that. Let me know what that's actually called. But yeah, it's so much fun. I've been working on this quite a bit, and I'm really enjoying it. And like I said, I am now working on the front portion, and that's exciting. And then we'll be working on the back, and I am so excited for this. I am not going to have it finished by Rhinebeck weekend because I think that's this. I don't think it's this weekend. I guess the following weekend. I'm not going to Rhinebeck or New York Sheep and Wool. I am not going to that. I'd love to some year maybe go at least once. I think that would be fun. It's going to be a big trip and it would be very expensive because I live in Michigan. So, but I think it would be a lot of fun. I love going to the Michigan Fiber Festival here. I've made that like an annual tradition and it's so much fun. So, yes, I'm very excited. I think this is going to be one of those super fun, cozy little sweaters that I'm going to wear all the time, like a little sweatshirt sweater. Oh, so excited. CVM is so stinking soft. And then it's merino. And then my colorway, the Cherry Hill, is on my merino alpaca base. So it's 20% superfine alpaca, 60% merino, superwash merino, and 20% nylon. It's so beautiful. I'm holding that double because it's fingering weight. All right, so that is the second project I worked on. The third one that I've been working on quite a bit is my alpinapaca. Say that 5 times fast. The alpinapaca sweater or jumper by Petite Knit. See if I can do this without making it a mess. I've got all this color work. I'm working with all this color work. I can't believe it, you guys. I'm working 2 color work projects, and I just love it. I am loving it so much. So hopefully I won't drop the stitches on this one either. Oh gosh, this is another one of my new fall colorways from the pre-order. It is called Evergreen Market. All kinds of dog hair on here. So Evergreen Market, it's just beautiful. It is a deep, deep green, and I'm actually holding it double because it's fingering weight, and the weight is kind of more of a DK weight that's supposed to be for gauge. So I'm holding it double with this like lightweight fingering merino, non-superwash merino, and this is my merino alpaca blend again. So I'm holding those together, and so this is the green. This is what it looks like. It's super deep, moody. Ugh, I love it. So much layering in this. And then this is that old mill yarn. It's a dark, I think it's a dark gray, but it's a very warm gray. We're holding that together. And so that then creates this color. So it's still definitely that green, but I think it really amplifies the layered dark parts of that green. Oh, I just love it so much. It's gonna be so beautiful. I cannot wait. I've wanted a dark green sweater for a while now, and I don't know why it's taken me this long, but I'm so excited. So this is that alpinapaca by the Petite Knitter. I am using Handspun as my contrast color. It is a beautiful Shetland wool, and it's so pretty, guys. Oh, so pretty. I just love this. I love how it's turning out. It's such a beautiful contrast. And so I finished this area that looks like, they look like leaves. It's kind of hard to see at the moment because of course it's not blocked or anything yet. But here, I'll show you in the book because I feel like since that's blocked, it's a little easier to see. This is just, and by the way, like this is a beautiful book, Arctic Knits by the Petite Knitter, or it's actually by Wai Chi Chan. I'm probably not saying her name right, but so many beautiful patterns. But here is, I love this shot. I always like to show this one because I think it's so pretty. But isn't that just gorgeous? So I just finished this top part of the leaves right here, and now we're starting to work the like stem center, and then we're going to work this bottom section, and then we'll get to the alpacas, which I'm really excited about. The alpacas, I think they're so cute, and it's really fun. And then there's a hat in here as well, so you can have a matching hat if you want, but I think that would make an excellent gift knit. So loving it, loving it, loving it. Once I finish this, I'm really wanting to make this one, which is, I think it's the Arctic. I don't want to tell you falsehoods here. The Arctic jumper. And it is just stunning. That is the next one I want to make, is that one. And I have some beautiful Lopi to use for that. I'm excited, you guys. I'm so excited. I have tons of unspun wool as well that I would love to use. I love my Icelandic wools. I have some beautiful Icelandic. I've got like an orange. In Plotalopi, I have a black Plotalopi. I have some Manchalopi. It's like, again, kind of a burnt orange, like a dark orange. It's kind of over here. Kind of see it. And then I've got I've got a dark brown Anar Uk Air, their wool, and then Nutiden. And then what else do I have? Oh, it's a light pink Nutiden. It's kind of peachy pink. So I have a lot of unspun too. Oh gosh. Oh, why can't I knit faster? It's not that I want to knit faster. Do you guys have that problem? Do you want to knit faster because you want to get to the next project, but you also want to enjoy and like savor the project you're currently working on? The problems of a knitter. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's just a conundrum. There you go. Is that the right word to use? A conundrum? It's a conundrum. So, Alpinapaka, stunner. Stunning. If you guys haven't knit this yet and you want to make something that's two color, I think she sells her pattern separate too. I don't think you have to buy the book for this pattern. I might be wrong. I always try to include the pattern links. Usually it's to Ravelry. So hopefully you're okay accessing Ravelry. So I will say I hope that she does sell them separately. Many designers do, and they put them in a book because they give you a deal if you buy the book. But oh my gosh, it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. And I find color work to be so therapeutic. It's like a mandala. Is it mandala? Is that what it's called? Where design work, and I don't know, you have to focus on it. So yes, you kind of get used to the pattern, like the round you're doing. I do this. I can't remember who recommended it. Some designer did. I didn't come up with it on my own. But after a repeat, I put a stitch marker. And I usually put like a really decorative one as the beginning of a round. So I have my little yarn ball. But then I just put like a stitch marker every repeat, and that way I can tell where my repeat ends and where it begins. And it also helps if you make a boo-boo, like if you make a mistake. Because if you come to the end of your repeat and you're like, wait a minute, this is the wrong color that I'm using, where did I go wrong? Usually you went wrong in your repeat. So you don't have to go like all the way back. You don't have to rip like tons and tons back unless you messed up many repeats ago and didn't find out right away, which I've done a couple times. But that's okay. It's really easy to just tink back. So just love this. Oh, I just love it. It's so pretty. Okay. I'm so excited about having a rich, deep green sweater. I've wanted it for so long, and I don't know why it took me this long. It's because I was waiting for that evergreen colorway, the evergreen market. I was waiting for it. I didn't even realize. Okay. And now the little thing I wanted to talk about, it's not really life update, but I guess it kind of is. Very much knitting oriented. I think I talked about it. Maybe I didn't. I think I just talked about it in Instagram, possibly. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm semi-active there. I try to post on there more regularly. I tend to post on there a lot more regularly during Advent season. because it's a lot easier for me to post like advent posts of colorways every day on Instagram. And then I share it on Facebook as well, but I'm primarily very active on Instagram. And so that's another way you can follow me, but I do not put my coupon codes on Instagram. So uh, I found something recently. It's not new. It's been around for a while, and it's called Wool Swap. And I usually miss out on it. I usually find out about it too late. Like I usually discover it in November. Yeah, that's my problem. I usually discover it in November, and I'm like, shoot, I want to participate in Wool Swap, and there's many people do like advent swaps, and you can do that with your friends or like other knitters um, that you might know, things like that, which would probably be your friends. But well, my point is that you can totally do it on your own. But Wool Swap, it's um, a lady, and I can't remember her name, but she actually coordinates it, and so you pay a very small fee. I want to say it was around $8 or something, small fee. And she basically, you fill out a survey, and then she matches you with another person. So it's cool. It's done all year long, I think, Wool Swap. But um, I wanted to do, I don't know if it was Wool Swap because it sounds like this is their first time doing an Advent. So I must be confusing her with someone else. But there is some other group that also does the Advent swapping, and I miss out on that usually. But I this one popped up. It was kismet because it popped up, and I was like, oh my goodness, I've wanted to do this for the longest time. So it is an Advent swap of minis, and you can choose if you wanted to do 24 10-gram minis or 24 20-gram minis. I decided to do 24 10-gram minis. I have a lot more, like probably 10-gram minis that are, or like remnants from other advents, remnants from my own like knitting of colors that I've used. So I'm super excited. I got matched with my swapper. I'm super excited. And it's neat. You get to pick if you wanted to do international or like in your same country. And if so, my guess, based on who I got swapped with, my guess is that there weren't a lot of people from the US. I don't know that for a fact. I totally don't know that for a fact because the person I got swapped with actually seems to be a great match for me. So it could just be the way it worked out. But she's actually from Canada. She's from Quebec, Canada, which is really cool. It's really exciting to me. Not only because it seems like we have some things in common, we also have some differences, which is excellent. Um, but my mom is actually from Quebec. She was born in Quebec. She was adopted as a baby, but it's just really cool to me. I don't know. I'm really excited about that. I'm nerding out something severe, but I'm really excited because I want, well, one, I could be swapping yarns with her that are more US based, and she might be swapping some yarns with me that are Canadian based, which is awesome. I love it. It's so much fun. It's just so much fun. And you get to learn about them. You get to have other new knitting friends out there, wool buddies that love wool, which I feel like you cannot have enough. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a lot of friends nearby that are knitters. They just aren't. And that's totally fine. Not everybody's a knitter. Not everyone is as wool obsessed as some of us, right? It's totally okay. I'm so wool obsessed that I couldn't even like take a sip of my tea. I was too busy talking. But I'm really, really excited. So you put the way this Advent swap goes is you find 24, or I think 25. Maybe it's 24 or 25. I'm gonna double check on that. I would think it's 25, but I feel like it's 24 for some reason. Not sure why. Um, but they're minis, 10-gram minis, and you just find a bunch based on the colors they like and wrap them up and put some other little goodies in there if you so choose, which of course I'm going to do that. And then you pack it up and send it to your swapper, and they'll send it to you, like send you one. And then starting December 1st, you get to open Advent that is super fun and curated for you buy another swapper. I think it is such a fun idea. I think it's so cool. I did share about it on Facebook. I think I shared about it on Instagram. Not sure. I would have probably shared it in my stories. Um, so if you didn't partake this time around, totally cool. You know, no big deal. Not sponsored. I paid for it. But I just think it's so much fun. So maybe consider it for next year. I certainly am going to. I think it's fun. I haven't even done the swap yet, and I'm thrilled. I think it's great. So really exciting. Again, that's called Wool Swap, and they have an Instagram. I'll include the link below just so you guys can follow her if you want, and you can totally partake in wool swaps throughout the year. I think she has like monthly or something if you wanted to do that, or I don't know if it's bi-monthly. I don't know the specifics because I did not sign up to be like a reoccurring wool swap. But I did the Advent one. I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna be so much fun. So much fun. I've already started gathering things for my swapper. Well, some things I haven't because I'm still trying to figure out what she likes and everything. But looking at the wool and everything, the yarn, I've got some ideas. So I'm really excited about that. Of course, I will definitely be giving her some minis from Multifarious Nature because I must do this. I hand dye yarn. I have to include some hand dyed yarn by me, and that'll be really fun because that's U.S. Hand dyed yarn. So that's really fun. But I'd love to hear what you guys are up to. Are you getting into the fall spirit? Oh, I am. I put out pumpkins, like tons of little pumpkins. I just realized how many little stuffed and ceramic pumpkins I have. I pulled out a pumpkin candle that I had, and it's like a maple and something like it smells so good. I had it burning yesterday, and I mean for hours, and it just made the house smell like warm maple syrup icing. It smells so good. It smells so good. And then I've got, like I said, my little pumpkins throughout. I have a little ceramic pumpkin. It's like tucked up on my shelf somewhere, hiding, hiding. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just really excited for the festivities. Advents are coming out. I did not do an Advent this year as far as Multifarious Nature. That was a personal choice. I had a lot going on, and I'm glad I didn't do it because of all that I had going on, even though things changed. But I now have other things going on as far as my health and everything. So it's just one of those things where it's like, and I'm totally fine. I'm not saying I have anything wrong. I'm just saying, like, having the time to unwind and relax and just do some quality care for myself is like super huge right now. So I think that uh, I'm really glad that I didn't commit to doing Advents this year. Next year, maybe. I'm not going to say no, but I'm really, really glad that I didn't do it this year. I think that was a good decision. So I don't know if you guys are doing Advent planning. Does that sound crazy? It's October. I know some of you are probably participating in Stephen West's Make Along, his mystery knit along, which is so cool. If you are, definitely comment below and let me know. I want to see, like, if you want to share a photo of what you're working on. I love his mystery knit alongs. I've only done one, and I think they're really neat. I think it's a lot of fun. Um, I have to be in the right mood to do it because it is a commitment. Because I really want to try to get it done when he does, which I never do. I get close, but at the end, I usually get behind. But it's just because they're huge. He makes huge shawls, and they're beautiful. So, and he really likes to play with color. So that's why I'm really curious what you're up to. So if you are making the, I cannot think of what the name of the shawl is this year, but if you're working on Stephen West shawl this year for the mystery knit along, definitely let me know below because I am so curious. But yeah, I don't know what you guys are up to, what you're working on, and if you're Advent planning, I am starting to Advent plan because I do have an Advent coming this year. Now, the Advent that I ordered this year, which is a different Advent than other ones. So this one was, or is, by Wild in the Woods. Serena does beautiful dyeing, and she does a lot of very, I don't think rustic's the right word, but I'm going to use rustic because it's non-superwash, and it's just beautiful Canadian wool. And so she's going to do, I think this year, might be wrong. I don't think it's not like 25 or 24 minis. It's going to be like, I don't know if it's 4 50-gram skeins, like one for each Sunday. I think it's one for each Sunday. I don't know, Serena, I don't know if you watch my podcast, but if you do, you can clarify below. But I'm pretty sure it's one for each Sunday. I could totally be wrong. And then she has a bunch of little goodies she throws in there, and they're just beautiful. Her advents are beautiful. I've wanted one for a while. Her aesthetic is stunning. She takes such care of items that she hand makes. They're just beautiful. So I'm really excited that I was able to get one this year, and looking forward to it. So she's out of Canada, and then did I get another advent? I did get another advent. It's a sock set, Mint Rain. I ordered from Mint Rain, and it is a sock set. So I'm pretty sure that I ordered it where it's split. So there's I think it's two 50-gram skeins, so that you can knit the two socks at a time, and they'll match. And it's going to be stripes. I think it's 12 stripes instead of like the 24 or 25. And I think then it just repeats twice the colors, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, I've got those coming. I'm just pumped. So I'm trying to think. It's hard to plan for the project for that advent from Serena because, um, I usually like to knit a color a day is how I usually do my advent knitting. So with the socks, I can do that. I can knit like each like stripe of color each day, which I've seen many people do that. So that's probably going to be my daily advent knitting that I do. And then Serena's, I think I'm just going to enjoy it and then maybe do a project afterwards. So for January, think of a project to do. It'll probably be a shawl. I feel like it'll be a shawl or a sweater. I haven't knit a shawl in a while. I keep making sweaters. So maybe I'll do a shawl. We will see. We will see. So yeah, if you guys are advent planning for your advents that are going to be coming, I feel like you usually get your advents in November, and that is around the corner. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. So very exciting, very exciting. I feel like I've gotten advents like at the beginning of November sometimes, and then you have to tuck it away because you don't, well, I mean, you don't have to tuck it away. But if you don't want to open it till December 1st, you have to tuck it away and kind of forget about it. So, yeah, we'll see. I definitely will do that. I am very good. I am very good about not opening my advents until December 1st because I really love that joy and anticipation and then savoring it and like enjoying it throughout December. I am definitely a saver. I don't like to just like open everything at once. I would not do that. I love savoring it. Like, it's just such a treat in December. And then I do have a Bible study Advent as well that I ordered from. I think I showed it in a past video recently. Actually, I think it was my last video, from um, Grace. I think it's Grace and Co. Daily Grace. Daily Grace Co. I ordered their Advent this year, and I'm really excited. I have that aside as well. So it's a Bible study, and I will be doing that daily as well. So I'm really, really excited, you guys. This Advent season, I think, is going to be a great one, actually. I'm really excited. I'm not in a rush. I enjoy every season. I'm going to enjoy November. I'm very much enjoying October. October can stay for a while. I'm in no rush. And then November, I am looking forward to it. And December, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm excited. So much knitting, so much knitting. And I knit all year round. I am not like a winter only knitter. I knit all year round. And I've been like, I don't think I did like any summer knitting this year really. It was like woolly wools the whole time. And I am for it. I am for it, you guys. I am embracing it. It's wonderful. So I feel like we all have our seasons. We go through our seasons of what we enjoy, and I am really enjoying. I love my superwash. Don't get me wrong. I do love my superwash. I mean, this is a superwash merino and alpaca blend, which I absolutely love, and nylon. So I do love that. But ooh, getting some of that woolly wool, it's so good. Okay, I could go on and on about it forever. But yes, I just would love to hear from you guys. I want to know what you're up to, and yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're happy and healthy, and I hope you're making. And looking forward to all the coziness of these cooler months. And I will chat with you soon. Take care. Bye.